It's one of the interesting things that kind of got suppressed for a while is like we pretend there's no differences between men and women at the cultural level. And that's such a dumb thing to do.
Have kids. You had kids yet?
Yeah.
What do you have? Boys, girls?
I have a boy.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, they come out wired this way. My kids make guns out of everything. There's nothing, I don't love.
Yeah, they do live in Texas.
They do. Snakes and guns. Yeah.
No, totally. My son just can't sit still. He just runs around and smashes into hits things. And that's what he needs to do because he's a boy.
You know, and I get it because I understand that, you know, women have been repressed for so long and subjugated and whatever. And then we got mad and we were like, hey, we're going to do it. And now there needs to be a come to Jesus again with the two of us. It's just too out of balance. And I think women have forgotten what their value is, being feminine. There's so much power in the feminine. There's so much power in being a mother and a woman. That's being devalued. It's too bad. I don't want to do what my husband does, especially after having cancer last year. I was like, you know what, dude? I don't want to do the road 50 weeks out of the year. For what? More money? More fame? I don't care anymore. I do not care anymore. Let him do it. He likes that. Let him make the money. I want to sit home and garden, pet my cats. And there's value in that because I have 2 little boys that I'm raising.
Yeah. That's such a profound point. I'm so glad you made it as well. Did you always want kids?
That was such a funny segue. No, I thought I was a career woman and that I would just dominate the stand-up world and be a multimillionaire.
There's a reason I ask you about this because it's kind of a weird thing as a guy to even dip your toe in the waters of this conversation. But this is a fact. I'm just saying what I'm experiencing. People can hate me, whatever. We are meeting a lot of people all over the world, but particularly in the US, UK, etc., who are women, got to their late 30s, early 40s. They haven't had kids. They haven't been able to find that relationship, right?
About this, you know where you're going, I think.
And it's like, and a lot of them are like sort of very carefully revealing that they kind of like feel like they were lied to about what they're supposed to do with their life. They're supposed to do this. And now they did all that and they're kind of like, wait, I didn't end up where I wanted to end up.
Meaning childless, unmarried.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we were sold a bill of goods on feminism that just isn't how it is, right? So we needed to get out of the kitchen. This is true. We didn't have any choices. We had no options, okay? So we needed Betty Friedan. We needed Gloria Steinem. But Gloria Steinem never had children. And that's the piece of feminism that is missing from all of this is motherhood. How does that fit in? And how does marriage fit in? Because we figured out how to become independent of the system, kind of. But is that really what we all want? Is to be outside of a system that has worked historically for thousands and thousands of years, and there's a biological drive to reproduce. And I think, too, if you spend, and then this is just practical, I'm going to be 50 in June, and if I had daughters, this is what I would tell them. Find the guy you're going to marry in your 20s. That's when Tom and I met, and if you're banging all of these dudes and you're wasting your time on the apps, having meaningless sex for your 20s, your 30s, and now you go, okay, I'm going to settle down. Now I'm going to get serious about finding a man. Well, guess what? All the first draft picks are gone. Because the good guys got married in their 20s and early 30s. And who's left over? You're like, oh, there's this one weird guy that's never had a girlfriend. And, you know, so especially biologically, that's a lie. Women have to adhere to their biology. We can't have babies, really, in our 40s unless we have medical intervention, which I did. I'm totally open about that because I did the career thing first. And then I did motherhood. I have, you know, if I had to do it over again, I would have said, I don't know about this career thing. I'll let my husband make the money, and I would have had 10 more kids. If I were 10 years younger, I would have had more, yeah.
Really?
I love it. Because I think that's the meaning of this existence, is to love your family and love. What else is there? Fame? Who gives a shit? I'm going to be dead. No one's going to remember me in a few years, right? Who remembers Benny Hill? Do you guys even know who the that is?
Yeah, of course. He's a legend.
But I don't think about him as often as I think about my son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 But then again, the societal pressure for women is much less to achieve. We just have to be attractive and thin and young. You guys have to be rich
and successful.
Tall. Yeah.
At least 2 of the 3.
At least 2 of the 3. Yeah, you could, yes, exactly. You could be ugly and rich.
That's fair enough. But thanks for looking at me while she said that. But I was going to ask a serious question.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Okay. But you know, it seems that women have been sold a dud.
Yeah.
And it's only now that they're waking up. And I really hope that we're going to have an honest conversation about this, because a number of women that I've spoken to, these are really smart women, career women, lawyers, whatever it may be. And they're unaware of their own biology because they weren't taught it in school. No one explained to them, hey, if you want kids, the best time to have it is probably in your mid-20s.
Yeah, biologically, yes.
Yeah.
Emotionally,
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually relatively happy that we had our son in our late 30s, because the parent that I am is like, 20-year-old me was a idiot.
Yeah.
Right? 30-year-old me was an idiot. I'm still kind of an idiot, but
Of course.
but less so over time.
Yeah.
So there's probably some kind of middle ground. It just feels like what I see is a lot of women are getting to that age and they're just realizing that the thing that they thought they were supposed to focus on is not the thing that makes them happy.
100%. And if you say that, you're going to get crucified by the feminists. Yeah.
But that's why people don't say it.
I was just thinking about this morning on the toilet. I'm so excited that we're talking about this.
You were thinking about this?
I was this morning.
Why are you thinking about it?
Because, like I said, I've been through a major illness. I've been through 2 kids. I've had fame. I've had money. I've traveled. I've done a lot of shit. And now in my 50s, I'm going to go, okay, well, what is it? What is it? What's the work here? Is it to be happy? What does that mean? Was it about the stuff? Was it about getting famous? No. And I'm getting lost in my own sauce. What did you say before? Sorry.
I just said, why were you thinking about it on the toilet?
Because it's, what's the point? Like, what does make women happy? Sorry, that was it. What makes women happy? And I was thinking on the toilet, well, what makes me happy is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the traditional things. And now, had I said that to my 20-year-old self, I would be horrified, because I was a good feminist and I fought my way through comedy and I did all the clubs. I'll show you, I'll be the best female comic. And I carried this anger that compelled me for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I became a mom, and I got humbled by illness. And then I was like, okay, so what makes me happy? I know what makes me happy. I can't speak for all women, but is there something to my biology, to my essence? Possibly. Do we know what makes all men happy? I don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Steaks, blowjobs, football, yeah. I mean,
I'm not that into football, but yeah.
But I think too, it's like it was the male ideal of success that ruined women. It was this idea that in order to become equal, we had to be like you.
Yes.
That's the problem. I have to have my career exactly like Todd's. I have to be successful. It's like, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work because I'm a mother. My body can't keep up with this pace of work. It's not good. And it makes the woman angry, resentful, bitter. And now I'm useless because if my kid can't come for a snuggle and my cat can't come, I'm the center of the home. This is the truth. And it's not pretty to say anymore, but that's what I learned.
And it's so interesting that you touched on power before, because we were talking about power and women want to be powerful like men are powerful. Like, women are super powerful.
Just not in the same way.
Just not in the same way.
100%, babe. We are the ones, the puppet masters, no offense, but there's a reason I'm sitting here talking to you. And my husband's on a plane to Indiana right now. Okay? And I mean, I'm so grateful that he does do that. I'm not saying that I manipulate him to do that. He wants to do that. But yeah, women's lives can be fantastic if you let the guys just do their own, let them do it. I always think about Margaret Thatcher. I'm fascinated by her too. When she got into Parliament and her voice was too high, so she had to talk in a lower register to be understood by the men and this and that.
To be taken seriously.
Taken seriously. She had to masculinize herself. And like, okay, maybe that's what she liked, but at what cost to her spiritually? I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know. She didn't seem terribly happy. She seemed to work a whole lot. Maybe that was her secret to happiness.
And it's also as well, and I'd love to get your opinion on this, there's the whole kind of sex positive thing. And there's part of me that goes, that's just an idea from a dude who's like, let's be free.
100%.
Polyamory is not a female invention. Do you know what I mean?
No, and behind that, there's some dumb bitch on TikTok going, and I love being polyamorous. It's the best thing for us. I get my partner. I will say this, and again, this is very controversial too. Spiritually and physically, it is not good for women to be promiscuous. I couldn't do it, and I put it this way: like a guy blasts a load into you. Think about that. Like just a dude blasts his load into you. Like, who are you, bro? That you're just gonna dump your clip in me? And then like, I would carry the biological responsibility of that. It just seems rude for just some stranger to dump his semen inside of me, and I should thank him for that? Like, who the are you, bro? More respect. Like, what happened to like, no, court me. You got to court me. Take me out for dinner. At least take me out for dinner. And then maybe I'll fuck you, you know? But like, coffee date? Is that what people are doing? Coffee dates now? And
I don't know. Francis is the one that's dating.
Francis, are you dating?
I am dating.
Okay, so tell me. You dumping clips?
This is going to be a great clip, by the way.
This is what I found very interesting about the apps. It's that I call it Nescafe dating, which is like when you meet someone in real life, IRL, as the kids say, whatever it may be.
IRL.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get to know each other. You're like, oh, I like her. She's nice. Can I find a way like we can, like, let's say you work together. Let's sit down, let's talk. And, you know, on a Tuesday, you might have a snatch of a conversation. You're about 20 minutes like, oh, she's really cool and she likes this stuff. And then next week, you know, she's at the water cooler. So you're like, okay, let's go and talk. And gradually over time, something builds and you realize that you have in common, you have shared memories, shared experiences, and something blossoms.
Yes.
Whereas when you do the app, you're like, okay, we're going to meet here at this time and whatever else. And then you sit and you have this conversation. And if you're good at having a conversation, you know ways to make it work and whatever else. And then, but it's very superficial. It's like a tree with no roots. Whereas if you meet someone organically and it blossoms over time, it has roots, which means that when there's challenges that come, there's things that hold it in place, which an instant app or whatever, it simply doesn't.
That's true, and you're less likely to blow that person off, because I hear it's really common to just kind of forget somebody that you've started an interaction with, and then you're like, oh, whatever. That's
Absolutely.
so rude.
It is.
And it wouldn't happen in real life, IRL, if you were you saw that bitch every day, and you're like, what's up, Henny? Where have you been?
Exactly, because there's consequences to your actions. And because when we see someone online,
huge.
we kind of, they're an avatar. They're not a real person. They're just like a little...
That's so scary, dude.
I'm glad I got married at 20.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Was she good Russian woman?
Ukrainian, even better.
Even better. So strong. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's the best. See, because my Hungarian mother, she told me this stuff. That the woman you have to find this early, because nature comes in cycles. You have to do things in the time. And that wisdom, this ancient European wisdom, is not being handed down. Or maybe women aren't telling their daughters, like, no, dude, the guy doesn't want the girl who every guy in the village has taken a ride on.
That's slut shaming.
I'm like, no. And I've got friends that are sluts, and I shame them.
Right.
To their faces.
Well, see, you say the mothers are not telling the daughters.
I don't know.
Is it that, or is it that
I don't know.
A, the daughter maybe not listening, A.
Yeah.
And B, the daughter is going to school
Yeah.
where she's being told, no. You need to do this.
Yeah,
This is
part of your rights.
This is what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got cultural influence, and then you've got TikTok.
I know.
So you put all that together and like, because see, and then the other weird thing is this has become political. Like what you're saying, what we are talking about is like right wing, right? And I'm like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah.
What, like getting married and having kids while it's like, so that you have the rest of your life together and that's political? That makes sense.
I know. Somehow it got switched because I always considered myself a 90s liberal. And then now that's considered conservative.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I'm still a 90s liberal in my head, man. Like, I don't know what the label means. I don't know what the fuck the label means. But I think that, yeah, we got to shame these whores.
I think that's a great place to end. In fact, I think that should be the title of the episode.
Yeah,
We got to shame
exactly.
these whores.
Yeah.
Fucking whores,
Excellent.
Francis.